Hey everybody, welcome to Free Range Art Farm. My name's Thomas. I'm out here with my mentoree, Jackie, who's off camera because she's, awesome. But anyway, we're out here in the apiary today. We're gonna do some checks on her colony, her swarm that she caught. And I did a video, I don't know, last week sometime about my lazy swarm. Got some great advice from some of you guys, so we're gonna try and do some of those things. And I went to the Virginia State Beekeepers Conference yesterday, and when I was there, I was very easily talked into buying two first generation buckfast queens, and these are virgins, so I got a good deal on them, so hopefully we'll get successful matings on both of these, but we're going to set up a couple of splits today as well. Not entirely sure what all we'll catch on camera, but we'll get something on camera, so stick around guys, thanks. Alright, so here's the setup of my splits. Went ahead and added the stand that I built a while back, and I'll link the video to that above. But we moved this swarm up onto the stand, and then since these are a little bit too small to sit on the stand, I put this pallet here. I've got one pointing out that direction and one pointing out this direction. So hopefully when the queens go out for their mating flights, they come back to the right nuke box. So that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go with that for now. Actually, what we're going to do is actually going to put some frames with brood and resources in here. So these frames are actually going to come out and go into the other hive. I'll leave like maybe 2 empty, and we'll bring 3 with resources to kind of give these girls a kickstart. So we can kind of like squish this into the comb a little bit, and then that'll stick. So we'll try that.
And so do they eat their little candy stopper and then eventually they'll free themselves?
Yep.
Or do we help her?
Yep, so the candy, the bees on the outside will take a couple days, and the bees from the inside will take a couple days to eat through. And what that does is that gives a couple of days for this queen pheromone to permeate the colony.
So they can accept her.
And then they'll hopefully accept her more readily that way. Alright, so we got one beautiful fully capped frame we're going to put in here for these girls. Here's a good frame with some resources, lots of emerging brood, and some freshly laid brood, and no queen. So we're going to put this in here. Alright, so we found this one, again, kind of the same thing. Lots of good resources, some emerging brood, and some freshly laid, and we both checked a couple times and did not see the queen, so we'll put this in here. All right, so same thing here, another solid frame of honey, nice capped honey for these girls. Yeah, go ahead. All right, so what do you see in that frame? We see
capped brood, some larvae, no queen.
No queen, good.
And some, is that like a nectar right there? Like food sources?
Yeah, there's some honey up there, and maybe a little bit of pollen. Yeah, there's some pollen right in there. And then capped brood that's emerging. And then again, no queen. Yes. All right, drop that one in.
We still need one more, right?
No, I think we're good. We're gonna just have 3. All right, so and then our third frame, it's got a ton of brood on it. Hopefully those bees aren't buzzing too much. And then this side has some emerging brood and a lot of bees. So this is gonna be a great start for these girls. So we'll put this in here, and then we've got to find a spot to squish our little queen. Now I mentioned this to Jackie, but when we put this in, we're gonna put it in like this, because if any of these attendants die, they'll fall to the bottom. If we put it in this way, they could fall to the bottom and then block the exit for the queen, and she'd get stuck in here. So we're going to make sure we put it in this way. And I think we'll just kind of put it right about there.
Amazing bird pen.
Yeah, I know.
It's wild.
Right, now we need to try and fit 2 frames down.
This one.
And there's one.
There's one by your feet.
Oh, and one by my feet. Okay, great. I think we did this one a little bit different than the other, but that's okay.
Well, we'll see which one works better.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so the queens are moved in, and then what we're going to do is we're going to We're gonna give these queens a good week. Can you bring me my smoker? I'm gonna smoke the camera here. There you go. Oh, there you go. All right, so we're gonna give these queens a good, at least a week. They should emerge in about 3 days and then hopefully go for their mating flight. Maybe I'll come back in 2 weeks. That'll give them plenty of time to emerge, do their mating flight, and come back and hopefully start laying as early as 2 weeks. It might be longer. Today, what day is today?
Sunday.
Sunday. Today is Sunday. It's some Sunday in June, 9th, 10th, something like that. So we'll come back like the 25th or 6th or whatever that is, and we'll take a look. All right, so that's it for the splits. And then next is going to be breaking down that other colony. So we're going to pack up this pink hive that we stole all these girls from, and hopefully they'll settle down and not attack the camera. Okay, so this is our lazy wax builder colony. So after getting some advice from you guys, I'm going to take this super out. And we're going to shake all the bees that were in there down here. This bottom brood box, any empty frames that don't have wax, we're going to move to the outside edges and just concentrate the brood and resources to the inside. And then reducing their space is hopefully going to motivate them to finish building out the wax frames or the frames that are empty. So we'll see how that goes. So first thing I'm going to do is just smoke these girls quite a bit, hopefully get them down a little bit. Sorry if I'm getting you right in the face here.
Oh no, not at all. In fact, thank you, because I have like one that just keeps following me.
So we're just trying to smoke these girls kind of down out of this top box, because we're going to take all the frames out of this and move them into our little tote, and we're going to take these away. And we might put them, I might reutilize these at some point.
So are we just gonna store these until we need them?
Yeah, we'll store these until we need them.
This might be a dumb question, but like, do you ever have to, I like worry about like pollen and stuff like molding? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not really sure about pollen. I never really saved pollen up.
Cause
Well,
like,
come on out of there, sweetie. There you go. Good girl.
you know what I mean? Like if we're storing it, like, is there, like, I would imagine that it's a bigger risk that like mice or other things will be interested in.
Yeah, that's why I'm putting them in this tote.
Sealed.
Yeah. We may take some of these frames and move them down.
They're nice.
Because they're nice. Like this isn't super heavy, but it's a bunch of nice capped stuff. All right, so.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. What we'll do is we'll go down to the next box down, and we'll balance that one out with the empty frames towards the outside. And this is pretty empty, so I think we'll take some of those full frames and put them in here.
The medium.
Yeah. All right, so let's just go ahead and take this out.
This one here is what I'm saying. So is there a reason why you don't have two deeps on this one?
I actually like to overwinter with a deep and a medium. So really this is the configuration that I like, is a deep and then a medium. All right, so let's set that, we can just set that in the, because we're going to leave all these in here. All right, yeah, so we'll just, so this one is just kind of starting to be built out. All right, so this one's still pretty empty. So that'll go to the outside. This one will be one that'll move inward some, because he's got some built out. So we'll put that all the way to the edge.
That one looks good.
Yeah, this one looks good. Because what I did is I kind of checkerboarded to try and encourage them. What that means is I had built frame, empty frame, built frame.
But then they lock themselves.
Yeah, alright, so that one's pretty well built out. And this one has a terrible brood pattern. Oh no, she's relayed, but it's still a little bit of a weird pattern. We'll have to keep an eye on this girl, because it seems like a very spotty brood pattern, but there's a lot of larvae laid in between all these spots, so it could have been full of nectar or something, and then when they cleared that out, she laid. It's hard to say. It's not the end of the world, but we'll keep an eye on it. Do you know what I mean by it being a spotty brood pattern?
Yeah.
You see how it's just
all over the place.
It's
like every other one
yeah.
she laid.
Alright, so this is a frame that's got Lots of comb, so we'll leave that in here.
So how old do you suspect that this queen is? That one's empty.
This queen should be no more than 2 years old. This should be her second season. So this will be an outside frame. And then this one is pretty well built out. But they haven't really produced, like, she's not laying a lot either. So, alright, and this frame is stuck, but empty. Alright, so this one, we got a ton of bees on it, but it's weird, they're all on the side here. They didn't like the smoke, I think. Alright, so that's an empty frame, so we'll put that here. And then I'll move this one here. And then this one is pretty well built out, so we'll put that here. And then we'll get these moved over some, and that one's empty, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so it wasn't a lot of rearranging to do, but we moved a few things. And then what we'll do is we'll take the completely empty frames
and replace them with those nice ones.
Yeah.
That stick out.
Yep.
Makes sense.
Alright, so see, this is just empty, right? So we'll just get these, we'll get all the empty ones out first. Empty.
Because we should probably give them all of the best ones that we can, right?
Yep, we're going to get them full of resources so they have a better chance of... Alright, that one's okay, but...
Maybe an outer one?
Yeah, we can put that on the very outside edge. So, and that's pretty well built out. They're building it. They actually are building this wax on this. So that's good.
Larva. It is kind of an odd pattern, though, like you were saying.
Yeah. But see, this middle here may have already been laid and then emerged and then relayed.
Yes.
Because these girls are starting to emerge. But this is a weird pattern, so I'm not super thrilled with that.
Does the camera need to see?
Yeah. Alright, so those are brood frames. We'll leave those towards the middle.
Okay.
There you go.
You like when I do the little hook thing, though, right?
Yeah. Well, to separate them, you're doing it fine. Yeah, that one we can keep in the middle.
There's some larva, but you're right, like
Yeah.
odd pattern.
All of her brood pattern is very spotty, so she may just need to be replaced anyway because she's just doing a terrible job.
Fired.
Yeah, she's fired. All right, so this one is yeah, just mostly empty though.
Could be a good edge one.
Could be a good edge one. That's this one and this one. So those will be very outside edges.
And then we'll center these guy up.
And then so we need 4, we'll give them 4 solid caps. This one's a beautiful one. Pretty well solid capped. Put that there. Yeah, another solid capped one. Another good one. Right there. And you want to grab one more?
Yeah.
I'm just making you stand there and...
I know, I feel useless. I'm trying to be helpful, but I don't want to be in the way also.
Yeah, that's a good looking one. All right.
Yeah, it's a lot of honey.
So now they've got good resources. They've got less space, so they should start building out. But the queen, we didn't see the queen. I wasn't looking for her. Queen is doing what looks to be a terrible job laying eggs.
I wonder if we should have given one of those girls, the new ones, put her in
Well,
here.
we'll see. That may end up being the way we go.
Okay.
All right. All right, everybody. Well, Jackie and I really got to upsetting these bees today. I think we're in a little bit of a dearth out here. It's June 10th, but we had quite a few rainy days. And so I think the bees are a little angry. We're in there messing with their stuff. I can understand that. I wouldn't want somebody stealing all my resources. So we went ahead and did 2 splits with those virgin, they were first generation buckfast queens, so they're 100% buckfast. So we'll see how those go. So the genetic diversity in the apiary has grown a little bit. We got Italians, Carniolans, and buckfast now. And then we consolidated down the turquoise hive where the lazy wax builders are. But then I saw a very bad brood pattern. So we're going to keep an eye on that queen. She might just be failing on us. But we did see eggs in there, so she's still doing stuff. And this is cool. I get to make Jackie do all the work back here, and I'm just standing here in front of the camera chatting. So we consolidated down that turquoise hive, took 1 box away. We kind of gave them the best of the honey-filled super medium frames, so they have some resources. And we'll see how that goes. Let's see, what else did we do, Jackie? We checked on the green hive just to see they're not building out much. I think they swarmed out on me as well.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've lost purple, yellow, and green swarmed on me.
Well, maybe we brought some of them back in though.
I think we may have brought some back in. Of course, Jackie checked on her colony, and those girls are doing one little smoke.
They're really angry with me.
Yeah. Your girls are doing well, right?
They're doing good. There's a lot of brood and a good brood pattern.
Yeah.
A lot of resources.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of them. It's my first hive. I'm very, very happy.
Yeah, they're doing great. And then let's see. I think that's all we did. We just checked on those. Not too much today. So.
I got stung.
Did you get stung? Because you didn't have your gloves on.
Yeah,
huh?
that was pretty.
I've got some
predictable.
Benadryl like roll-on stuff if you want to.
You know, I think I'm like they don't bother me that much.
Oh, that's good.
It was just like the end of my finger.
Yeah, I hate when they.
I feel bad.
Yeah, this girl's gonna try and get you again. Well, not again. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. I guess we'll see you next time. Be good, be well, be safe, be happy, be true to yourselves, and as always, be mindful of the bees, even when they sting you.
Sorry, bees.
We need them. Thanks, guys. See you next time.